yesterday. The
Yeah.
wind was blowing 30 miles an hour, and we had dust storms over here.
Okay, I think I'm back on now. Sorry, guys, my daggone computer shut down.
Yeah, I saw when it came back.
Oh well, it happens. That's why I'll never be professional. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I know. Back in the day, a computer, it took almost a whole room for one.
Right. Yeah, they keep making them smaller and smaller.
Making them smaller and smaller. But I still type the same with one finger. But when you're doing construction, you ain't got time to be playing on no computer.
Yeah, for real. But, okay. So...
All right, where were we?
We was talking about, we was way off subject and talking about creek gangs.
Yeah.
So I guess nobody missed anything.
It was based on, because I was talking about when I saw one when I was fishing. I was in a houseboat, and I was off the water, about 4 feet off the water.
Uh-huh.
And it was peeking through the cane. But they can hide out in the marsh because the grass grows kind of high. You know, they have all kind of wild peas and all kinds of legumes that deer and everything eat on. But you could hide out there real easy. And I'm sure that's what they do.
Oh, yeah.
Probably in the summertime, they could probably got 1,000 boats anywhere in a lake or something. So
right.
They know not to show themselves.
Yeah, they seem to be very good at hiding.
Yeah.
They're very, very sneaky.
You know, I've been deer hunting where I saw places in the marsh where there was a big flat area with tall grass all around it. I thought it was a deer bed, but you can't see tracks everywhere, so don't know. I got, you make a bed out of grass. I'd be scared to lay on it because of the snakes, but it's just the same.
Right. So that's 3 encounters you've had in one sighting. Is that the only sighting that you actually had?
Face-to-face one? Yeah.
Or seeing one at all? I mean, that's...
Well, I saw one at night with a flashlight and, a headlight.
Yeah.
I was shooting. I wanted my uncle to loan me his 7mm. I was going to shoot between his eyes, and I was going to go find out what it was, but he wouldn't let me.
Well, it's probably a good thing that you didn't. Like I said, they don't run alone, and I think you'd have some problems if somebody was to do something like that.
Yeah, but a 7mm rifle.
Okay, but what about the 7 boogers you ain't seeing? You know what I'm saying? There could be one right behind you.
No, he couldn't have been behind me.
Well, I mean, you seen one, but he might have had some buddies with him.
Yeah,
is what I'm getting at.
But that's the only one. He was walking in the water, so he didn't leave no tracks.
Yeah.
See, we have locks that control our water. Well, the locks, we had let out a bunch of the water, so I saw the tracks that it was where he was walking. Some great big footprints, but the water kind of washes them away a little, so I know it was passing there a lot, whatever it was. I knew it was standing up. I tried talking my uncle into letting me shoot it, but he wouldn't. He didn't want to. I said, man, what if it's a Bigfoot? We could be rich. He didn't want no. That's what he told me. No.
I don't know, man. I don't think it would work out too good if anybody shot one.
It might not, yeah.
I don't think it would. I mean, I'm of the opinion that they don't run alone, number one, unless it's like a lone male or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But now it's telling me low video output. I don't get this. YouTube has a new deal where you can live stream from YouTube, but I don't have to use this OBS. But I don't think I can screen share and stuff like that. And I like to do the screen sharing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, what's the thing on YouTube that you can have people talking and you can be face to face?
That's
I don't
Google.
understand that, but huh?
That's shoot. What's it? Google something or other. Google
Yeah.
Hangouts. That's what it is. But you can do that and go through it, but then you have to have another screen opened up, and my poor little laptop can barely handle what it's doing now.
Yeah.
So that would. I actually just now plugged it in so I don't run it off the Wi-Fi, and I can run it straight through my interweb, but it don't seem to be helping. I don't know. Everybody says it looks fine, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Bigfoot Sasquatch Outlaw, that's what I was trying to do a while ago, and I'm not sure what picture he was talking about. And I don't, if he could post a link, which I think I have to make him moderator first. Tracy, if you can post a link to the picture you're talking about, I don't know if you're talking about your thumbnail picture or what, but you should be a moderator now. And I'm not sure if he's talking about the artwork on his channel. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I'm on his site.
Yeah, he's got like the sketching.
Yeah, I think I did see that sketching.
Yeah, it's like a pencil sketching or whatever.
Yeah, looks like somebody drew it with a pencil.
Right. And it's got like the flat nose and big black eyes. It looks a lot like you was talking about.
Yeah, that's basically what I saw, you know.
Right. Well, there you go, Tracy. Something like that. So
Yeah.
did it have a neck, or could you tell?
No neck.
Was
No
it?
neck at all.
Let me ask you this: was its head sitting forward on the shoulders? You know what I'm saying? Like its head slouched down.
Yeah.
You know how ours sits up on top of our shoulders?
Yeah.
The one I seen,
It's a
head
little
was like
bit forward.
forward, yeah, and then I got one on video that looks like its head's forward like that, and I'm just wondering if they're all like that.
Yeah, but no neck.
Right.
I don't know if it's all the muscle or they just don't have a neck.
Well, in some places they actually call them no necks. You ever heard that? Yeah,
no.
I think it might be out in the Carolinas, maybe. But they called them no necks.
No necks, yeah, because they didn't have no neck.
Yeah.
It was just nestled into his shoulders like. And then they have a lot of hair, so but still, even wearing a fur coat all the time, you would be able to see a neck, but he didn't have no neck.
Right. Well, I mean, it's trapezoids. Is like you saying, it looked like one of them wrestlers. You know how them bodybuilders, they don't look like they got a neck. I mean, their trapezoids on their shoulder muscles are just so big.
So tall,
You know, yeah. I mean, those things have to be absolutely physical fit with maybe 3 or 4% body fat. You know, I wonder if they store up fat like for the winter. I've wondered stuff like that too. I would think that they would.
Yeah, they probably do.
Man, it just sucks that the
This is
government
what I
don't.
was told by my grandmother.
What was that?
My grandmother told me that she had Indian ancestors.
Right.
See, they had wild pecans here and the kind of pecans that you eat, you know, that they sell.
Uh-huh.
They were native to Louisiana, and she said that they would move from North Louisiana down to the south, and they would eat a lot of fish, and in the fall they would go in and collect all the pecans that they could, because cons have a lot of fat.
Right.
And they would fatten themselves up for the lean times. That way, if you couldn't find any game, you had some fat to go off of.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. You know, bears do that before they go into hibernation. But
that's like when you gain weight, the first place that you gain weight is in your stomach.
Yeah.
You know, or in your legs or something like that. I mean, everybody has fat in different places, but
right.
That's what she was telling me, because I got pictures of relatives back in the day, you know, and it's Indians, but you don't never see any that were fat, but they weren't really skinny either, you know. And I guess it depends on what time of the year. You know, they try to fatten themselves up, so if they have lean times, if it's real cold weather and the animals they hide, or you can't find them, so.
Right. Well, I've wondered if they like store food too. I think they do, and I think I found examples of it here. And I know like Snow White's found examples of it
Yeah.
of storing food. And like in the wintertime, especially around here, they could definitely store meat. But I wonder if they like acorns and stuff like that, if they put that away, or even those little lemon things, little lemon berries I call them around here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just wonder if they do stuff like that. I would think they would. I think they got enough smarts to do that.
Yeah. Hey, squirrels do it.
Yeah, right. Dogs will do it. Coyotes will do it. Cats will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of critters do that. But I would think that they would do that. I mean, why wouldn't you? I'm sure. Like right now, it's just now on the verge of greening up. There's some of the the willow trees are popping out. I seen a couple of redbud trees popping out.
Yeah.
My ramps are coming up. You know, things are starting to come up. It won't be long. I'll be out hunting mushrooms. And man, that has to be exciting for them. And I think that's why they get more vocal in the springtime too. They're more excited. There's more food around. They ain't got to chase down deer.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that, whenever it greens up, they go from, in the wintertime, right now, a month ago, whatever, in the dead of winter, they're basically on a all meat diet.
Yeah.
So, man, that's gotta,
I
love meat, but
yeah.
all the time, shoot, I like to eat me some apples and some greens, and man, green beans is good, and zucchini.
Yeah.
They gotta get excited whenever they see that stuff coming up.
Like y'all talk about ramps, I've eaten them. One of my uncles, he lived in Kentucky, and poke salad.
Yep.
I've eaten that too.
My mama used to. Oh man, I had to go hunt that for her, which that should be coming up here pretty soon too. I'll go hunt it for her.
We have salad, but I don't know if we have ramps. I don't know what they look like. I sure don't want to eat something that will kill me.
Yeah, they're just like a long, broad leaf, and they got like a little small onion type deal on the bottom of them, and you can eat the whole thing's edible. But I think I got a couple of videos ago about. I showed some. Well, I showed the livy parts. They're just coming up.
Yeah.
But the poke, you have to get it whenever it's young.
When it's real young.
Yeah, when it's first coming up.
Pour the water out 3 times.
Right. Well, I think Mama did it twice, but yeah, what's it, parble or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And then like the what's it called? Grows on the creek banks.
I don't know. We don't have creeks here.
Yeah, you're all.
We got bayous. Yeah.
But
is the wild onions? Nope.
No, it's man. I can't believe I can't think of the name right now, and I've been doing this lately. I think we ain't been getting much sleep, painting too much, and playing at work too much. Makes me a dull boy.
And age.
Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. No, not.
I'll tell my mama it's not that.
Cattails are highly edible though too. Have you ever ate cattails? The roots of cattails?
Sure I have.
They taste, they're good. They taste like a cucumber. Yeah, or like a
Yeah.
cucumber type taste to them.
Yeah.
But now, Lady in the Woods, you know what I'm talking about. You got to boil it 2 or 3 times. Ah, man, I can't believe I can think of it. But yeah, cattails they're starting to come up now. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of cattails.
And I mean, that's got to make them happy.
I had this girlfriend one time. She was Oriental. Well, they have some plants out in the marsh, and they call them elephant ears. It's a great big plant.
Right.
And she told me, she said, you know, you can eat those. I was like, yeah. How do you cook it? She said, you don't. You don't cook it. They take it and they peel it, you know, wash them real good and peel it like you do a potato. And then they smash it up. And then they eat it like that. And she said it tastes like a sweet potato. But they eat it raw. I guess you could cook it. I don't know. She didn't tell me that, but so there's a lot of things you can eat if you know what to eat. You know? But that elephant ear makes a big ball at the bottom.
Yeah, Mama used to grow those too. They're pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah, great big
yeah,
old
they're
thing.
edible. But I didn't know that until she told me that. They grow it in big fields, you know, on purpose. They grow it, and then at a certain time of the year, they go in there and they pull them all out and they wash them up real good and peel them and smash it up and eat
Everybody's trying to think of what I'm trying to think of, and I can't believe I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't get it out of there.
it. Is it a vine
Needleweed.
or
Thank you,
a
Nala.
nettle?
Needleweed. Yeah, you can
Oh,
eat that.
yeah,
Yeah, but you got to boil that stuff like 2 or 3 times. It's needleweed.
yeah,
I can't believe it. I do know the cure of it is touch me nots. The
yeah.
little
Stinging nettle.
yeah, and right beside of it grows well, I don't know, it might not even be the name of it, but I call it touch me nots. It's got the orange blooms on it, but the stalk has like a pulpy, watery substance in it. And man, it's good for poison ivy and needle itching and bug bites and all that.
Wow.
Yep.
And my great aunt was a treater, and I wish I would have remembered all the stuff that she was digging up because I was the shovel man. You know,
All
I was
right.
just a little kid, but I would dig it up. She would tell me, "See that right there," and she would tell me what he would do, but I don't remember all that stuff. You know,
Yeah, Papa used to tell me a bunch of stuff, and I wished I would remember it, but
I know I should have wrote it down or something, or I don't know. I should have went and looked at the encyclopedia and found out what it is, you know, and then
yeah, I've got a couple books on it, and usually, I mean, I know quite a bit, but there's so much more out there that that I don't know
yeah,
about. But I always that's one thing I'll throw in my boogering bag. I got a bag I carry around with me whenever I go boogering. I keep tape line and water and knife, whatever in it, and I'll throw that book in there. If I come across something I don't know, I'll look it up and see what it's good
yeah,
for. Like, I mean, chickweed, Shawnee weed, all that's getting ready to come up. I mean, uh, just
yeah.
all
There's a
kinds of.
lot of evidence.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could definitely survive in the spring and summer around here. I mean, you could do it year round, but you'd have to put up food in the winter. The
Yeah,
nuts or whatever to supplement. I mean, I guess you could dry out the little lemons. So
yeah.
yeah, there's plenty of food around. I mean, and that's definitely one thing that they would need. And again, that's why I think they're a
Blackberries and
physical creature. They leave tracks and they eat, and
yeah,
so they have to be physical. But anyway, so that's what or no, 4 experiences you've had, which is
yeah.
a
But
lot. I bet you're
one
outdoors a
of
lot,
them I
aren't you?
didn't know that's what it was until later on, you know.
Right. Well, see, that
When
happens
the
to me.
internet came up,
Right. Right.
like the one throwing sticks at me.
Well, once you know that they're real, then I mean it's explained a lot that's happened to me.
You know how many times I slept in the woods with just on the ground?
Oh
No
yeah.
fire or anything?
Right. Yeah, I used to go to sleep in these rock cliffs all the time, and nothing ever bothered me.
No, but I'd hear stuff walking around and I didn't know what it
Yeah.
was.
Right. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's happened to me. And I don't
Make me kind of think, like,
Right.
man,
What was that exactly?
yeah,
Because I've had things cut loose on me, like through the crazy howls. I know what they are now because I got them recorded. But
yeah,
here I am. I think I was deer hunting. It was warm out. And I was in a t-shirt, didn't have a flashlight, had tennis shoes on, and it was getting dark. And man, that thing cut loose with him. I mean, just the creepiest sounding howls I've ever heard. And here I am, a mile and a half from the house on foot, and it followed me out.
wow,
Every time I would stop, it would stop. I'd start walking again, and it would start walking again. And I mean, it was right up on the bank, the hillside from me. There wasn't the
yeah,
leaves were off which there's a lot of beech trees. Beech grows lower. They grow
yeah,
at lower elevation, and it was standing behind the beech leaves, and they hang on. There's still beech leaves on right now. They hang on to
yeah,
their leaves till the new ones come back.
yeah.
But
That's how it is over here. We have beech trees, water birch,
yeah,
and the leaves. We have to have a hard freeze for them to fall off.
yeah. Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
still hang on around here. I mean, they're on there now. We went through a period. We had a couple of weeks it didn't get above 10 degrees here this year, which is good. I hope it killed out a bunch of the bugs. Good
yeah.
night. I could only imagine how many mosquitoes y'all got down there.
Oh
All
my
that
God.
water.
Oh, you
Yep.
gotta get you a fly swatter because when you come in from outside after dark, you'll have 10,000 mosquitoes in your house. And they'll eat you up at night.
Yeah. Oh, I know it. They get bad here too, man. I try to keep the standing water out, but man, we get here past few years we've been getting a lot of rain.
And then we have what they call a deer fly. And they have a camouflage on their wings and they bite.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then we got horse flies here. Then big old horse flies. Y'all got those?
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, we got
And they
some
wait
that
until
get
you
all
get your
about.
hands full before they land on you. It's like they know
Yeah,
whenever you got your hands full out in the garden or whatever, then they land on you and
yeah.
bite you. Man, they're buttholes. I don't like them.
Yeah, and they'll, as soon as they light, they bite.
Yep, yep, they do.
I learned from working in the marsh. If you're walking in the marsh and you got like 10 or 12 deer flies messing with you,
Uh huh.
just stop and kill every one of them, and then you can walk wherever you got to go and they won't bother you.
Huh.
But if you don't kill them, they're going to keep biting you.
Well, I guess they would. Papa, we'd sit out on the back porch here and have fly swatters, just regular flies, and you'd kill one, and there'd be 10 more take its place. Papa
Yeah.
had a good sense of humor. He told me that he was coming in for the funeral.
Yeah.
uh, he was a good man. I miss my Papa. But
Yeah, he did have a good sense of humor.
yeah,
Oh, I never thought of that one.
he shot a possum one time out here in the yard. He used to sit up above where I usually put my camera. That window up there, he had a big light. The light's still there. I just need to wire it up. But anyway, he shot a possum one night. We was sitting up there. I guess it was in the wintertime. It got dark early, so yeah, it must have been in the wintertime. But anyway, we sat there and he shot it. We walked back in. 10 minutes later, I looked out there and said, "Papa, that possum's gone." He said, "Oh, don't worry about that. His buddy probably drug him off for the funeral." Now I'm wondering if it was a booger might have come and got that thing. You know? But
I know. Kind of make
yeah,
you wonder.
yeah. I mean, he's told me quite a few times. I wish I wasn't so hard headed and would have listened and maybe asked him a few questions on the boogers. He would call them woods boogers, like WOODS boogers.
Yeah, woods.
Yeah,
Like
woods
in the
boogers.
woods.
And I thought, people talk about the booger man and all that, but I thought it was just a story to keep me close to the house, which, like he was talking
Yeah,
about, which, totally backfired. You tell a
yeah,
young boy to stay close to the house, and well,
yeah. Don't
you
go
done
out the
messed
woods.
up.
Yeah,
But I wish
but
he'd been more
we
open
lived
about
down
it.
there. I mean, I used to get a crew cut every spring. We'd get a good crew cut, and that way when we'd go swimming, all you had to do was pass your hand over your head, and your hair was dry. I didn't get as many whippings like that.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
That's how they would catch you. Oh, why is your hair wet? Wetting? No. They
Well,
knew we were swimming.
something I was going to ask you a while ago, and you said that its hair wasn't as thick or as long or something
Yeah,
along
it
those
was
lines.
long. It had, you know, let's say Bailey in the wintertime, she grows a winter coat. She'll
Yep.
have that fine down, but she'll still have some long hair too.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she's shedding that long hair right now,
Yeah.
and it's getting everywhere.
So the one I saw, he still had some long hair, but not a lot. But it was like shorter.
So it had like an undercoat,
Yeah, but it was
and
thin.
then long hair over top of it.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it was thin because I could see like his breast and stuff, And
You could see the skin underneath of it.
yeah, I could still see the skin, but it wasn't real thick. Like I was just thinking that in the wintertime, it probably gets thicker.
Was he wet?
Huh?
Was it wet?
No.
But yeah, you said you had just come out of a creek. That's one whenever you was looking for gems.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was on the top of
Okay.
the hill.
Well, see, I've got the friend that lives up in Ohio, Kane Michael. I made him down at LBL. Good guy. And he's got a YouTube channel, Woodland Spirit, something like that. But anyway, he's he one of the outlaws. They've been doing it a long time. Get together and put a lot of thought into this stuff. It's common sense things. But you know how like bikers will wear the leather jackets that has the stringers coming off of it, or the cowboys back in the day used to wear that.
Yeah.
That was actually to dry out faster. And I wonder, he was saying that maybe the booger's hair does that for them, dries them out faster, being like stringy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good
He
thought.
still had some long hair because when he would move on the bottom of his arms, it would like kind of like those tassels do. You could see it moving.
Right. That and people that like Snow White's got fingerprints, and there's been a few people on here that have like the woolly looking fingerprints.
Yeah.
And
Snow
I
White
guess they
had
don't
them
take.
in her house.
Huh? Yeah.
Snow White, they were going in her house.
Yeah.
That would have scared me half to death.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. And man, what gets me is I used to sleep here with one of them magic screens that, one time a snake got in here doing that. And leave my door up. Hey, I'm bad to leave my door open, especially in the summertime. I'll just leave the door open in spring and summer, whenever it's, cool outside. But at least leave it cracked. I don't shut it good or whatever. But anyway, I don't know that the oil would it would repel water too. Nobody likes being wet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wonder about like the skunk apes and like down in the swamps and stuff. I wonder,
Yeah.
I guess they spend a lot of time in the water, and then once they get out, even on I don't know, they've got a lot warmer, muggy summer nights down there. But I mean, in the wintertime, it still gets cold.
Of a footprint, and that's probably what you were talking about when it was wet.
Yeah.
And in the creek along the sides, there's sand, but there's also a lot of rocks too.
Right.
But there was a little spot where the water, like a little low spot, and it still had water in it. And part of the foot, like the toes part, was in the water, but you could see where the water drained off of it. It left like some little crater-looking things where it was weird. It looked like somebody had some boots on. You know, when the water drips off of your boots?
Yeah.
How it has that little look.
Yeah.
You know, you could tell that it was wet.
Right.
And I think it crossed the creek, and then it had to step right there to get where the rocks were. And then just walk on up the top of that, to the top of the hill. It's not really a hill. It's the way the water washes the land, so it makes a big, it looks like a hill. But
Yeah.
it's not. You know what I'm talking about, where the water...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Where the water is way at the bottom down there, but over there it's all rocks in Arkansas, where the creeks are. It's full of rocks. Big rocks, little rocks, lots of rocks.
Right.
So they can walk on those rocks and you'll never see their print. But I just happened to be there when it had just happened. And it wasn't the same day that I saw the one at the top, but it was like 3 days. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I just missed him. So the next day I went a little earlier. You know, I went to the creek and go with my fishing pole and try to, with the fish, you could see them in the water. It's crystal clear.
Yeah.
Catch some white perch and bass. Cause I like to fish with a fly rod, and I fish with that too. And I was hoping to see one until I did see it. Then I was like wishing I wasn't there. You know?
Yeah. Which is a reaction. So now I bet every time you go out that you have that in the back of your mind every time you're out there.
Yeah, and I look very good.
Yeah.
You know, I look better, you know.
Well, but, you know, that's a good thing. But people ought to be aware. And that's where I'm so slow up on sometimes. Like last night, Claudia Ackley was in the chat, and I didn't even realize who she was. I think I saw her in here earlier. But then I was listening to Tracy on his live stream last night, and he mentioned her or whatever. And, you know, I think that she's doing a good thing. People, and I'm kind of got feelings both ways to whether they ought to be disclosed or whether, you know, they should, you know, some people just ain't got no good sense and would try to go out and shoot one, you know what I mean? But people need to be aware. I mean, that's the main reason I do this channel, is to make people aware that they are around. And you can either...
And why does the government want to hide that? I mean, that doesn't make no sense. I mean, they're scared. They're afraid to help.
My opinion is they try to push an agenda called evolution, and these critters do not fit in their agenda. Plus, they can't get taxes off of them. So that's my opinion. I mean, that's my honest opinion. That's what I think they're covering up for.
That he has a lawsuit right now on the federal government because he's trying to get them to protect them.
Yeah, well, there needs, if they're going to have a disclosure, there needs to be laws put in place before the disclosure.
Yeah.
Or along with the disclosure, I guess it would have to be. But yeah, I mean, if you just, if they came out and told people, yep, boogers are real, Bigfoot's real, then you're going to have all kinds of people going out. You know, a lot of us know that they're real. We know. A lot of people just believe. A lot of people know. And then a lot of people just think we're all crazy. But they're not, free thinkers. They're laid around by, they watch the news and they take that for the gospel. Until they go out and have their own experience, and they're going to think we're crazy. And, that's, 5 years ago, I would have thought I was crazy today. Well, I still think I'm crazy, but you know, until that they're told by the government or mainstream or whatever, then they're not going to believe it unless something happens to them. So
I was trying to find that guy's name.
you're probably talking about Todd Standing.
Todd Standing, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
his,
I've got mixed feelings about him too, and I don't know that much about it, and I think he's trying to do good for him. I think he might exaggerate a bit on certain things. I don't know that for a fact. That's just what I think.
Yeah. At first, he was trying to kill him, or they thought that he was, or I don't know. He was gonna get one, kill it to prove that they were real, and it gave him so much trouble that he just had to. I think he just got rid of the body. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. But, Claudia's got the lawsuit out in California, and, she's having a bit of trouble with that. And, like I said, she was on here, and she's probably been on my chat before, and I just didn't realize it. Like I said, I'm a little slow.
Yeah.
And then, finally, whenever she was talking on Tracy's chat or chatting with him, then I picked up on it. And I thought about it today, and I sent her a message request, and she was kind enough to answer back. And then she, I looked for her channel, which I guess she don't have any videos on her channel, but there are other videos. Like Bigfoot Tony's got one of her videos he does a breakdown on. But anyway, what I'm getting around to is I think she's going about it the right way. She's doing it for protection of them, which they don't need our protection. All right? Until everybody knows the real, and then you've got everybody in the world going out there and looking and going to bag them a booger. You know what I mean? There's people are ugly. Some people are just ugly and evil, basically. So, I mean, there has to be. Which, I don't know. If they disclose them and they put laws on them, just like the Second Amendment, you can ban all the guns you want.
That's right.
The outlaws are still gonna get the guns. They don't care about a law. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn, and you know what I mean. There's no doubt in my mind that these boogers can take care of themselves. If there's one or two or three people going out hunting them, all right, they would have to be. The humans would have to be extremely lucky to see one or shoot one. However, man, if you get 20, 30 crazy folks armed and do like a deer drive type thing, I mean, I guess it's possible they could trap them up or whatever. But, there's all kinds of stories about the military going in and hunting them down and all that mess. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know if the public, a lot of us already know, like I said, a lot of people believe and a lot of people don't believe. And you just got crazy people out there. So I don't know. It could go one of two ways for the boogers.
I was raised like this. I was taught how to handle a gun at a young age. And my dad always told me never kill something that you don't want to eat.
Amen. Amen.
So why shoot it just to shoot it?
Well, dude, why do we have big game hunters? People go out and kill lions and elephants. They don't eat them. They do it for a trophy, which I think is just ridiculous. I don't like that.
Right.
No,
me neither.
If any,
you're not eating it, you just want his head.
Right.
I mean, what's the point of that? I had a friend of mine, he got so mad at me, and he could have probably beaten me up, but he was just out of the army, and he's a big game hunter. He wanted to go to Africa to go kill an elephant, and I don't know, I was kind of jokingly telling him, why would you want to kill an elephant? It was all to hang it on the wall. So I asked him, I said, are you going to eat it? He said, no. Right. Well, why do you want to kill it? Well, he did get mad at me for a while, but.
Well, JD just said on here, raccoons kill chickens and he kills the raccoons, which, I've got no problem with that. I mean, you've got a right to protect your property or your critters from other critters. But, just to go out to shoot one to say, hey, I shot a Bigfoot is just BS. I mean, I don't like it. That's one thing that I worry about.
See, over here, people that come down to hunt, we call them a sport.
Right.
Because that's what they're coming here for. They shoot ducks for sport. So we just call them sports, and they kill, our state bird is a brown pelican, and they shoot them for no reason. I mean, it's against the law to shoot them. Right now, they're trying to bring back the whooping crane.
Yeah.
People kill them just to say they killed one. I mean, if you're not going to eat it, why shoot it?
Whenever I lived down in South Carolina, or North Carolina, they was cutting you was talking about the pelicans, and they was cutting the, I don't know what you call it on a pelican, the bottom jaw where they collect the fish. They was cutting those off, and the poor things were starving to death. And that's just senseless, man. Anybody that's cruel to an animal, I think, ought to just be locked up.
Yeah, because it's eating a few fish.
Well,
I mean,
dude, that's just
the fish it eats is not the fish that we eat. So why? I don't know. I just don't understand that.
I don't either.
And I used to make money off of guiding, bringing people goose hunting and duck hunting. But sometimes it was senseless, the things that they wanted to shoot. And I would tell them, look, if you shoot that, I'm walking out, and you're going to find your own way back.
Right. And I mean, I'm not talking bad about hunters. Most of them, I would say 95% of them,
a lot of them are good people.
Are good, and they're good for the environment, and they're sportsmen. But like you're talking about, what'd you call them?
Whatever flies over. I mean,
yeah, that's don't do that.
Scaring all the birds away by shooting just for nothing. And we call it sky busting.
Yeah, well, I'm like you, man. What if you shoot it, eat it, and that's that's why people ought to go hunting, not just to kill something.
Whenever I was younger, and
I didn't. I learned my lesson early. All right, Papaw. Like, I went squirrel hunting, got a bunch, and Papaw made me, why'd you kill that many for? We're going to need all them. I was like, well, there's squirrels everywhere. You know what? I had to skin out every one of them squirrels and eat everyone, which there was about, I guess I had a dozen or whatever. Not too many, but, they got limits. I think it's 6 or whatever. Yeah. But, and then.
Over here, we could kill 9.
Well, yeah, he told me, if you go out and you shoot every squirrel you see, then what are you going to do the next time? There ain't going to be no squirrels. Yeah. So, and it makes, it's just good sense.
Yeah. So. I've been to the Indian reservation over here in Louisiana. It's Coshada Indians. And the chief told us, get your shotgun, get you some, shells to shoot squirrels and rabbits, and a bunch of us went out, and they had some of those guys, now they're pure Indians, they had so many tails hanging, it looked like they had a hula skirt on.
Yeah.
But they told us to kill everyone we see, the little ones and big ones, it didn't matter. Well, when we got back, and they skin them, they clean them different than most people do. We take the skin off. They don't. They have a big pot of boiling water. They dip them in there, and you take all the hair off. So they cook them with the skin on it. They cook them with the heads on it. They cut the teeth off, the front teeth, and you take the eyeballs out, and they kind of cut the ears off, and stuff like that. But I'm eating squirrels that had the tongue in there and everything.
I think I'll skin mine.
I
know. My great grandma.
The lungs, the kidneys, they had all that in there.
Yeah. My great grandma would put them out on a plate. I mean, she would make like jerky out of them. You just, she would.
That was good.
Oh, it was good. I mean, but you would peel the meat off of them and eat them.
Yeah.
It was real good the way she made them.
But I've eaten them fried. That was the only time I really ate them fried. Now, they used the little ones for frying.
Yeah.
The skin tasted like fried chicken skin. It was good.
Oh, I bet a squirrel tastes good.
I didn't want to insult anybody because if you didn't eat, it was like an insult to them. So
Oh yeah.
whatever they put on your plate, you better eat it. And
I
I
heard
didn't
that.
ask no questions, and some of the stuff I probably didn't want to know what it was.
It always seems to turn to food here.
I know. But I mean, it's still, they lived here with the boogers all their lives too. And I've heard stories, because we would have like a campfire and we were going to go deer hunting. Now, they can deer hunt any time of the year. They don't have a season like everybody else does. They have their own laws.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's how they lived.
that's how yeah.
But that's how the frontiersmen. That's how they lived. I think I would fit right in.
Was there,
Yeah.
It wasn't just for a few people. I mean, they cooked everything we killed.
Right.
There was no waste, and there was.
Yeah, they didn't waste a thing.
I felt sorry for them because they lived in a house that didn't have a wood floor. It had a dirt floor.
Yeah. Well,
now they got mansions because they got all the casinos.
Right.
And I'm glad for them.
Shoot,
I'm glad they have that.
I think I would have fit right in 200 years ago. I believe I could have lived like that.
I did for the whole time I was growing up, except we didn't have air conditioner.
At least I wouldn't have to paint.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I still ain't got air conditioner.
Well, it's a lot cooler over there.
No, I did. I put a window model in. I think I turned it on twice last year. It gets pretty warm here, but where I'm down here in this basement and it's underground, it don't take much to cool it down or heat it, So, but anyway, is there any more encounters that you've had?
Well, probably did. I just didn't know.
Right. Yeah, that's like me. Well, brother, we've been going at it for, 2 hours now?
Wow.
I figured about an hour. See, I told you it wouldn't be bad, man. It's just you get on here and you talk and we try to have a good time. Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing your experiences.
Well, at least I could tell it what happened to me and nobody laughs at you and,
right.
It's crazy or something like that. I've been an outdoorsman all my life. I mean,
exactly.
I'm not stop just because I'm kind of crippled up right now. I'm going to keep on doing what I can.
Well, there you go. Well, you can't just give up.
That's right. That's how I see it.
But yeah, I mean, it helps to get it off your chest too, don't it? I mean, it's you like whenever it first started happening to me here, I thought I was crazier than what I normally am, and then you start talking about it, you find more like-minded people, and that's I try to watch the comments, and I've got some great moderators on here that keeps the trash out.
Yeah, I've been on a few times, and that sissy, she can get rid of them,
Oh yeah, that's my girl there. She's
quick, boy.
Yeah.
I don't get to finish reading it, and she takes it off.
Yeah.
I know they always got people like that because I call them city slickers. They don't know no better.
No, they don't. And if they would, half of them, I would love for them to spend 1 week down here in my yard and then go back and see what they got to say. But like you was talking about,
I'm slower now, but back in the day, we're gonna sleep on the ground. We don't need no blanket. Just bring some off, and spray yourself down so the mosquitoes don't eat you up.
Yeah. But
whatever you kill, you eat. And you're gonna hear some things walking around out in those woods that you don't know what they are. I mean, that's what
another group that gets me is the people I've been in the outdoors for 40 years. There's no Bigfoot. I've never seen one. Well, I was one of them people. I was 37 before I had an inkling that hey, maybe they do exist. And I spent all my time outdoors. as a
Yeah.
kid and, growing up, and I'm, still outdoors a lot doing stuff. This
I
winter
admire
has just about
the
killed
way
me.
you can, you go out and you're looking for them, and I really admire you for that. That's why I
I'm
probably
curious
want
about
to
them.
like your channel because I wish I could do that.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that ain't able to get out, and a lot of people just like seeing the videos of me walking around, even if I don't find anything, and that's
Yeah,
most of the
it's
videos.
beautiful. It's
But
beautiful out there, and
oh,
to me, that's
dude, I love
beautiful.
it. It's I think the Lord was an artist. I mean, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I think he had a sense of humor too.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got to put it up with us.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
don't
that's
cross him.
true. But like the wild animals, like when that booger bluff charged me, I didn't know if he was what he was gonna do. Because I did take my gun out, and I had it in my hand, and I really didn't want to shoot it, but if he'd have kept coming, I'd have had to do something.
Well, I mean, you've definitely got a right to protect yourself. Yeah.
He didn't. He just stopped and looked at me.
And that's the one thing that,
I
they
talked to him
probably
in
know
French.
if they go out like back in the day and they stole people's cattle or got somebody, then people would go out and hunt them down. That's what I'm saying. If you get 20 or 30 guys out in the woods that know what they're doing, I'm sure they could hunt one down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and I think that they know this, so I think they leave people alone for the most part. That's they don't want nothing to do with us for the most part. They do like to mess with us. I mean,
yeah.
I can tell you that's a fact. But
and
they want to get a
like
reaction.
When I had that sighting and he bluff charged me, well, I talked to him in French, and I figure if I talk to you in French, you're gonna know it's me. I'm not here to hurt you, because I figure those hillbillies over there in Arkansas, they'll know the difference that it's me or it's them. So I talked to them in French, because I was bringing them apples, but I probably put out about 300 pounds of apples. But yeah, you could go to Walmart over there, and for $10 you could buy 30 pounds. So I was putting them out. I didn't know. I mean,
right.
I figure I'm gonna leave you some apples because you're letting me pass on your part of the creek or their land. I call it their land, because it is. And it was out in the woods, and I just figured he wouldn't mess with me if I gave him some apples or.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. 95% of the people I've talked to that's started experiencing these things start leaving them food out, which again I'll say it's a bad idea. I mean it was a bad idea for it to happen here, and like I said, I've talked to a few people.
Brother-in-law's fruit trees, whatever, plum trees. He had apple trees, pear trees. He didn't get none.
Right? Yeah, that happens here.
What's the difference? I mean.
Well, the difference is that you're bringing it to them. If they can get it naturally like that, and that's picking them out of a tree is natural. But what if they, that's just an easy food source to them, and if it stops, their easy food source stops. Like we was talking earlier, man, they don't have the mindset like we do. They've got more of a childish behavior, and they can get, they're a big, strong critter. If they get mad, then watch out. So I don't think they don't need our help in finding food. No. They don't need it.
No, they didn't. It was just I was on his territory.
Right. Well, I mean, it's more of a you was doing more of a respect thing.
Right. Yeah.
But
I didn't leave out 25 pounds. I just put like 6 of them at a time.
Right, for your passing, and I can see that. I still leave my deer guts out, and I'll do little things here and there. I'm not saying that I don't ever, make an offering. Well, I guess I shouldn't call it offering, but out of respect. Thanks for letting me hunt here. Here's you the heart, and I don't know. They bring
Yeah.
me stuff. It'd be rude of me not to do that.
It wasn't. I didn't put out a lot at one time. It was just a little bit,
Right.
Every time I'd go, and sometimes I didn't get to go for a month or so, and because my ex, she was a school teacher, so we had to wait for spring break or Christmas time or Easter and stuff like that. That's the only time we could go. You know, summertime she was off, so we could go anytime in the summer.
Right.
And I still do that. I pay my bills online, so I didn't have to be home.
Right.
I could pay all my bills while I was in Arkansas.
Man, that would be nice. That's what. Hopefully, one of these days, either maybe 100 years from now, I'll be able to retire.
Oh, you will.
I would love
I had
just to
to
get like a little
retire,
RV
but
and a motorcycle and go.
I really didn't want to. I liked working.
Oh, I like working too. I mean,
out,
just not working for
and
somebody
I
else.
got hurt, and now all my stuff is rotting away because I can't do it. And
Yeah.
I don't have the money to pay anybody to do it. So,
Well, brother, if you live right, then it's our bodies break down on this earth. But if you live right, it's all gonna be better one day, man. You ain't gonna have to worry about all them hurts and pains. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just put your faith in the Lord and go on.
Yeah. Well, I love God and I love Jesus and
Amen.
I talk to him every day.
Amen.
Well, I thank him because I wake up every day. I thank him. I mean, you have to.
Oh, every day's a gift. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. I hear people, they have aches and pains and they want to cuss them. Hey, I mean, you did what you wanted and you wrecked your motorcycle and now you want to blame him. It was you that was driving. I mean,
right.
That's how I see it, but maybe I think wrong. I don't know.
Nah, I believe you got it down.
I don't think I do. But
one
day I'm gonna get me a camper and I'm gonna go meet you over there. I might not be able to keep up with you though, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Well, we've got. I guess this year I've pretty much got everything planned out. I'm going to go to different places, but one of these days I like to try to go to different places and meet people and just hang out and do what we're doing here, but have 10, 12 people hang out and talk, and it's good to be around like-minded people. And
instead of sleeping on the ground, we'll do like a lady and sleep in a camper.
Yeah. Now you watch her; she'll say, "No, I sleep in a tent."
Yeah, I do too. But you still gotta sleep on the ground.
Hey, I like them hammocks, man. I got me a hammock last year, and I like sleeping in it.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Yeah, it's nice.
A tarp, like
if yeah, get your little.
We get dew.
Right. Yeah, we do too.
If you don't, and just put your rope on the top and hang you a tarp or just a makeshift roof. But you still get the breeze. It just keeps you from getting wet.
Right.
In the morning,
Yeah, I hope to do a lot of camping this year, but man, I don't know. It's just been so rainy and just life gets in the way a lot. But just do what you can do.
That's right. Take it one day at a time, and one day you'll get rich.
Yeah, I'm already rich.
I think people are rich if you own a home. You are rich.
Yeah.
We have vehicles that we can drive, and
I've been blessed, man. There's, I ain't got no complaints. I ain't got much in the bank, but I've been blessed.
You probably got gemstones all over on your property, and you just don't know it.
There's a lot of fossils around here. I found a lot of fossils in the creek.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of coal here.
Yeah.
There probably is. I don't know. I might look into that. That's what I need, another hobby.
Oh, yeah, that's what you gotta do. I mean,
I've already got too many irons in the fire.
It's like Kumbo, he said, You want to freak out a Bigfoot, he said hide behind a tree. And shadow it, and that booger's not going to know where you are.
Right.
And you might get a good look at him, you know. I could do it if
I mean, I like to try it, dude. And
I've seen people, they take a picture of them and they take off running. Why are you running?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't running, you know.
Yeah, like on that monster quest, they all went out to that cabin. I think it was Canada or something, maybe, and they started having activity. Rocks was getting thrown. They took Alf out of there. They stayed all of them stayed in the cabin that night. Then they took off and left the next day. Scared them off. That's what they went out there for. Then they run.
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart.
Yeah, why run? I mean,
yeah, buddy.
I hear they do have some that are aggressive, you know, but that's probably places that were.
Well, any of them, I guess, could be aggressive.
Or something. I don't know.
Right.
Oh, man, I mean, that's aggressive.
Yeah. So, I mean, they probably all got different personalities, and you got.
Yeah.
I think once a male reaches a certain age, he's probably kicked out of a troop just to prevent inbreeding and all that. On his own, or maybe they get old and they can't hunt deer or stuff, and a human being's an easy target for them. We're easy food, just like any predator would be. But I don't know. It's all theory until we finally get some good support in this community. We can do what we can do, and thank God we've got good people out there that, like the outlaw, puts his cameras up and goes live. You never know, something's liable to cross in front of that camera.
And that's what I was saying about those a camcorder.
Right.
You could try that, and if they break it, well, they lost the $5. I mean,
well, if I could find one, I'd try it, because it seems like some of the best footage was took on the reel-to-reel tape deals. This digital stuff, I don't know. I don't know if it's cutting it or not.
I had a game camera. I put it up, and I tried filming them. I tied it to a bridge, and I think somebody saw it, and they stole it. But I was at the creek. I went and changed the card, and I saw the infrared. When it would come on, I could see it on the ground. It was red. I don't know if you could see it, but I could.
No, I can see the flash.
Huh?
I can see them flash whenever they flash. I'm sure I know they can see that. Deer can see that. They look right at the camera or hear it cycling or something.
But you know how when it's on and it's taking film or whatever?
Uh-huh.
I can see that. I can see it on the ground. It's red. And I think that's what they see.
Could be.
If I go to, let's say, a bar or something, and they have that in there, I could see it on the wall. I see it on the floor. First time I saw it, I was like, where's that light coming from? Because I didn't know.
Yeah.
And they were like, what light? I said, that red light.
Huh. Well,
and they were like, you could see that? Yeah, I can see it. Where's it coming from? So they pointed it out to me. It has a cover on it, but I could still see it.
Like a motion.
And I wasn't looking at it. I was.
Like a motion detector type deal?
Well, it takes film of whatever you do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the infrared camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same like motion detectors or whatever. These lights I have out here have that. I don't know. There's something about game cameras that they know something about them.
Just like I can, because I damaged my eyes whenever I was younger, and it changed the shape of my eye. So I'm not blind or anything. I have real light sensitive eyes. I gotta wear sunglasses all the time. And sometimes I go to buildings and the light hurts my eyes because it's too bright.
Sensitive.
Very sensitive, yeah. So I see things that people can't see, like the infrared.
Yeah. Well,
and I really think that's what they see. They see it too, because their eyes are made for seeing in the dark.
Right.
And they know that whatever that red stuff is on the ground shining, that
it's not natural or something, maybe.
Not natural. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be. I mean, that's as good as any guess I've ever heard on it. You know what I'm saying?
I had one ripped off of a tree one time in North Louisiana.
Game camera?
A game camera, and it was all smashed up. So I just figured it was somebody that lived there.
Yeah.
Well, I took the card out, but I never saw anything. Whoever it was, they smashed it with a big tree branch, you know?
Huh.
Well, I saw the breaking blow. That was all I saw, but it was pulled clean off of the tree, and it was left on the ground, but it was all smashed up. And I just took the cord out of it.
Do you still have those pictures?
No.
No.
When Hurricane Rita came, I lost everything. I lost my home and everything. Pictures, baby pictures, you name it.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, I lost all that. But I mean, hey, I'm still alive, so.
There you go.
But I should have put that somewhere where it wouldn't have got. I don't know. I had to carry it with me, but.
Where you put it?
Yeah. You know.
Yep.
I mean, you don't think of things like that when, you know, they come knock on your door and tell you, hey, you gotta go. And if you don't go, we're gonna come and arrest you and make you go. You know?
Right.
Because that's what they do over here.
Ain't that something?
And it's not mandatory, you know, they call it a mandatory, but
yeah,
if you're still there, they're gonna come and arrest you, and they're gonna make you leave. And you're gonna be sitting with prisoners, and I don't want to sit with no prisoners or be anywhere around them, you know. But
that's pretty crazy, though. That they have the power to do that.
It's because they had a hurricane that came through and nobody left, and it killed thousands of people.
Well, I think that's partially due to like they got the Weather Channel now, and they every storm they try to make a big deal out of it. Well, people get numb to that.
Yeah.
And then, well, okay, they're saying another one's coming. You know what I'm saying? Then nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I don't think they ought to be able to do that. They should warn people, but not. Oh.
Yeah, make a great big deal about it, and it's nothing.
Like the nor'easters they had up north this year. They made big deals about that. Well, you know what happens? It's called winter. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens. People know that. They've lived there, but some people just go crazy, I guess.
But you see, like where I live, we're 8 foot above sea level.
Yeah.
Well, when a hurricane comes, it pushes the winds pushing
storm surge.
Yeah, they call it a storm surge. But for Hurricane Rita, the storm surge was anywhere from 25 to 45 feet high. And it pushes water way up. Right. And whatever's in its way, I know people's houses that picked it up and pushed it 7 miles into the marsh. I mean, so if you'd have stayed in that house, most likely you would have drowned it.
Right.
And that's why they do that. They want you to leave because they don't want to have to go pick up your dead body.
Right.
You know what they told us?
I mean, I can see it, but I mean, well, I can see them doing that.
They said tie, they had some little cards you could get, and you could laminate it, but you had to tie it to your foot and put it in your shoe. A toe tag is what they were doing.
Oh, wow.
But that was a scare tactic.
Yeah. They're liable to want to come out with some kind of GPS or something.
Yeah, well, that's what they were telling us. That
mark of the beast type deal.
Yeah, tie a string to your foot and put all your information on it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of telling you if you don't get out, you might die.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost everything, so I had to start all over. Thank God I still had money in the bank. Couldn't take that from me.
Well, I don't know. They could do that too. They took
Oh, yeah, the
they took the
government
gold
could,
from the
but
U.S. citizens before.
yeah. But you know, I couldn't get no money out of the bank for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The bank had storm damage. So next time, I guarantee you, I'm gonna have some money in my pocket.
Right, or somewhere.
Well, I'm not
Exactly.
gonna leave and not have no money.
Yeah, I try not to leave anything in the bank. I mean, I got stuff squirreled away here and there.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say
I,
about it.
I put just enough to pay my bills, and that's it.
Yep, me too. Me too. Well, brother, I appreciate you calling, sharing your stories.
Yeah.
Mighty nice of you.
I told it on Outlaw, Bigfoot Outlaw, and Matt said it scared him. He had bad dreams. I said, you should have been in my shoes. I still have bad dreams.
Oh, I bet. So you been on the Bigfoot Crossroads? Is that what you're talking about?
No, with Tracy.
Oh, with Tracy.
It
Okay.
was all night. We were listening, and that's whenever
Oh, okay. I got you.
that
I know what you're
Bigfoot,
talking about
that,
now.
see, that made the same noises that I heard.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it did. It did just like a gorilla. And when it smashed his camera, that's the noises that they make. That's why I say I don't see no human. I hear gorilla.
Yeah, I mean the
That's
sounds
me.
that he picked up in that was I agree. I don't think that was human either.
No.
I mean I think you would have heard him approach more than what you heard him approach, and the grunts and stuff were just pretty
Yeah.
crazy. But brother, I appreciate it, and
And I
everybody in
don't
the
have no
chat.
bad dreams. I might dream about it tonight, but
Yeah,
I hope not. I don't want to dream about it, but
well maybe it
anytime.
may.
I mean, I don't know. We can talk about fishing or food or something.
There you go. Happy dreams. Well, brother, I'm
All
going to end
right.
this one. I'll keep you on here a second. I appreciate everybody in the chat. And like I said, I've been talking to Claudia, so maybe I'll get her on here. She said she would come on, so that'd be cool. But I thank y'all. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.